Innovation pays off.
Hi, my name is Parveen Gandhi, and today I am going to talk to you about how can you build a strong presence in this VUCA world. Well, we all know what VUCA stands for: volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Yes, times are challenging and we are absolutely unaware of what's going to be next. However, being an optimist, I see an opportunity in everything around. Let's shift the paradigms a little bit and look at the VUCA in a very different perspective. Instead of being in a constant state of anxiety and fear, let's do something to address the problem at hand. I would like to look at VUCA as value up. That stands for value, U for uplift, C for consciousness, and A for algorithms, which means let's build a value driven culture that will uplift the consciousness and optimize the algorithms of the society at large. Let me explain how. How can we build a value driven culture? Tell me something. What are the things that we have valued so far, and how have things changed in the recent times? We always had value for time, isn't it? While we were transacting with people. However, now we have understood its importance. We would travel for silly meetings, spending hours in the traffic just to know that it wasn't worth our time. But now we spend no time traveling from one place to other, but use our time to introspect and plan for the future. Well, we all have always claimed that we are aware of what's happening around us, but seldom took responsibility to change things within us, isn't it? Our families were always our priority, just that we were not able to express our deep love and care as we had very little time. Our relationships are currently in a stage of metamorphosis because we feel the need to reinvent its form now. Just because we got some time to sit back and reflect on it, we thought that it really needed some attention. Freedom was taken for granted completely, and we felt the pinch when it was restricted. But now we thoroughly value it. The self-realization of who we are and what do we want out of our life has gone to the next level for many thinking souls. Creativity and innovation was primarily on our mind. But however, we seldom found some time to even change our daily routine. And now we are at this juncture where schedules and to-do lists are just flowing out of the balconies. Health was so much talked about, subject across the globe, but never taken so seriously until we got hit by this pandemic. Alternate medicines and home remedies, they have still kept us afloat. We have realized that we don't really need a doctor every month, but we just kept going to them out of some kind of insecurities. People respected us because we had positions and powers and promotions. However, now everyone is equal. Our fancy designations will no longer help us to piggyback on others. We have created actually a web of illusions around us, and we kept on wondering if we could live in this particular situation profitably all through. In fact, immortality was a given thing, and it was assumed that we will live and last forever. We thought we could go on like this for centuries and nothing is going to change. But nature has its own way to remind us that we need to coexist in harmony. Hence, it's time to reprogram our lives. You have to start with your values. Don't just talk about them, just create a culture and let people shower praises on you when they see value in you, your work, or your attitude and your behavior. Changing is easy, transforming is tough, reprogramming is tougher because it's done to correct the error, and it's difficult to accept that we make mistakes. In order to uplift our consciousness and optimize our algorithms, we need to build a robust framework to improve the speed and the quality of life now. How do we do that? Let's do something. Let's build a roadmap. I have these 3 solid principles that I have been working on for quite some time, and it has really worked with me. The first is coin a strong vision. Ask questions like, what do I do? What do I love to do? What am I good at? What does the world need? You may not get answers to these questions overnight. It may take time. but don't lose hope. This is the beginning. It is possible that whatever you are currently into seems irrelevant and you feel the need for doing something else. Use a vision board where you can visualize your future. Post pictures, be focused, and work on these three important critical goals. The first one is your personality, the second is your presence, and third is a promise. Enhance your personality, build your presence, and make a promise. In my book, Get the Billion Bucks Image, I have shared many ways to explore your internal journey. Battling with your fears, overcoming negativity, handling insecurities, and building a high self-esteem is what we need to do in the present times. Our image needs transformation at different junctures so that it could resist all the rest. Add qualities like good conduct, authenticity, perseverance, commitment, diligence, and see the results. Don't just focus on good looks, but feel good about yourself too. Improve your dressing sense, get a good sense of humor, modulate your voice to suit different situations, and strengthen your character with the values like honesty, courage, and loyalty. That's really going to help. All this will help you create a good impression, and people will vouch for you without you knowing about it. Enrich yourself with that knowledge so that because that's the only way to go. Online learning, incidentally, has been a boon. Reading has become our favorite pastime. In fact, Kindle and Google Play, they saw a boom on its subscribers, of late. The importance of digital presence has substantially grown. We all know about that. Incidentally, we have found new identity. We have found new friends. We have found new perspectives. We've been meeting people from different cities and countries. It seems like we all are equal, sailing in the same boat. Despite social distancing, digitalization has brought us closer to each other. Build your online presence in a way that people look up to you, and keep your offline presence in sync with it, because remember one thing, people should not find you completely different when they meet you in person, or else they may lose trust in you completely. If people trust you, they will listen to you, but if they trust you, they will do business with you. You will have to make a promise to your clients, your employers, your stakeholders, that you are going to bring value to them. Give them a promise of quality, consistency, competency, and reliability. I know of many people who left their jobs during these times because they just couldn't handle the pressure. Prepare yourself to bear this heat. Come on, because this is just the beginning. We all know that Samsung was struggling with its cheap microwaves and TVs until 1996. After they repositioned themselves from cheap, they became wow. They have now been in the list of world's top 5 brands. They must have done something really incredible, isn't it? My second important point or takeaway is magnify your perceptions. I visited Australia a few years ago. I was picked by my Aussie friend and we were in downtown Sydney. It was noon and the streets were full of people. Cars were honking, taxi cabs rushing. It was crazy. In the midst of all this commotion, I heard a small baby crying. I told my friend I heard the cry of a toddler. My friend said, "Oh, it's impossible to find a baby in the middle of all this chaos." I insisted that I've heard it right. We walked across the road and found a child with a mother who was crying for something. Maybe food, maybe the child was hungry. The mother managed to feed her and it was all done. My friend was amazed. She said, "It's incredible. You're just really talented with some superhuman hearing skills or something." I said, "It all depends on what we want to hear and also what's important to you." I pulled a few coins from my pocket threw it on the pavement. With all the deafening voice around, we still found people in a radius of 5 meters and more turned their heads around to see if those fallen coins were their own. The point is, we are conditioned to selective listening. We only listen to all that we want to. We don't want to expand our horizons and magnify our perceptions. Keep a tab on all that you are consuming. Just imagine, we're listening to so much of news, daily soaps, Netflix series, tragedies, scandals, oh my god, and what not. All this induces fear in our minds and we lose our power to perceive differently. We are mostly blinded by what the media wants us to believe. It's a trap. It's high time we stop watching all the news channels and soaps and dramas, because that just simply clogs our minds and disables us to operate fearlessly. The third important point that I want to make is break all rules. It's impossible to make a mark in this world by living in a cocoon. If your bureaucratic and complex mind is unable to break free from the shackles of old conditioning, then you will find it difficult to grow. So don't just think out of the box, just break the box and get yourself out of these stuck beliefs. You're unique and you know it. You don't see your look alike every day, do you? Anyways, time for me to go now. Just want to say last thing, that this time won't come again. So make the most of it. Learn, unlearn, relearn, and explore the unknown, and roll your sleeves and get ready for the next boom. Boom in the economy, boom in the stock market, boom in your lifestyle. Don't forget, whatever goes down has to come up. Pep up yourself for this boom and make sure you become a contributor and not just remain a spectator. Pep up yourself for this boom and make sure you become a contributor and not just remain a spectator. Take care and have a good life. I would like to thank the organizers who have given me this platform to share my views and reach out to thousands and lakhs of people. I look at this as a platform which should definitely be promoted further, and it is a fabulous way to get closer to people and connect with each other. Thank you very much, and I look forward to being there again.